Yo, what is good, everybody? Hope each and every one of you guys are doing well. Coming back to you guys live with another reading. My first one that I did really well, and you guys seemed to really enjoy it. And to be honest with you guys, I had a lot of fun with it as well. I will make a disclaimer out there. I am a new tarot reader, so these interpretations might sound vague. I'm still learning the cards. I have a journal. Oh, it's in my bag, but I have a journal that I've been writing down. I'm taking note of every single card. So I'm still studying this. It's very new to me. And so, take these messages with a grain of salt. Your boy is a new tarot reader, but I love this. I've been infatuated with this art for the past 2 months, and I'm very, very passionate about it. And so I am excited to bring you guys this tarot reading today. I pulled 4 cards already. I like to take time, just because I'm a beginner. I like to take some time interpreting it on my own before I record the video, just so that there's not a lot of like pauses and stuff like that. And these cards as well, they have words, notes, certain things on them to help me interpret them a little bit better. So keep that in mind. We do have the first card coming out, which is the Death card. Now, this doesn't necessarily represent physical death. What it does represent, though, is certain things that have ended in your life, right? I do get that with this coming out right next to the Lovers. I pulled these 2 cards like at the same time. The Lovers reversed. I feel like you're coming out of a relationship that was very hard for you. Or some type of relationship dynamic, I'm not too sure what it is, but something where you had an infatuation with somebody. You thought that it was a divine union, but it ended and it felt kind of out of nowhere. I do definitely feel like this was something that kind of, it kind of crushed you. It did feel a lot unexpected. I pulled the Tower right after, which is all about sudden changes, shaking stuff up, and so I do feel like this connection, something had to end. There was some type of ending that had happened that I feel like it really got to you. You weren't expecting it. I do feel like this certain event that had happened to you, you didn't expect it, and I feel like but your intuition definitely knew that something had to change. With the Page of Cups, all about intuition. It's all about dreaminess, like gaining insight, gaining messages, downloads. And so I do feel like your intuition knew that something had to change, regardless of it feeling really, really hard. I'm getting that it was really hard. One of you guys might be a Scorpio. Scorpio is significant. I am getting like water sign energy in general. With the Magician in upright, Spirit's asking you and calling on you to, lean into your intuition. You're probably a naturally intuitive person as it is, but Spirit wants you to understand that this happened for a reason. This didn't just come out of nowhere. You're a very big dreamer. You have big goals for yourself. You set big goals for yourself. And with the World reverse coming out as well, I am getting an energy that you feel that this is passing. You feel like there is something here where, you're on the brink of really emerging into who it is that you came here to be. And this relationship that kind of fell short for you, it was a lesson in general, and it allowed you to understand that there were certain dynamics that you have to go through in order to level up. There was something, it's really kind of resonating with me, to be honest, which I don't know if that's normal, but there was a type of situation, a similar situation that I had that really broke me in terms of love. And I kind of am getting a similar energy to you with you as well, where, Spirit's asking you to trust your intuition, understand that this was meant to happen, and I do feel like intuitively you do know this as well. But I am getting that you're somebody who is, who has the ability to manifest what it is that you want in your life. with the Magician coming out. Magician is a really positive card. Yeah, this situation that had ended, it needed to happen. You know, the Temperance coming out, all about balance, moderation, finding inner peace within yourself. You know, I do feel like you need to take some time with yourself and get back to, you know, meditation and stuff, and get back to grounding yourself. Yeah, this I do feel like this relationship was something that you kind of, it was like you fell head first, you know, for this person, and it didn't necessarily work out to your favor. I am getting the sense that you maybe opened up about how you felt, and or, you know, you kind of opened up. No, not, yeah, it's like you did open up about like how you felt, and this person kind of viewed it as like, whoa, like it was a little bit too much, and they weren't really expecting it. Yeah, you definitely could still be, you know, this person definitely could still be thinking about you a little bit, but, you know, I am getting the sense that that they, you know, you might have just kind of left this situation. Yeah, I don't think that you had a problem stepping away from this. I do feel like it hurt you a lot, but I don't feel like you necessarily had trouble stepping away from this situation. I feel like you felt like intuitively you needed to happen. You needed this to happen. With the Page of Cups as well, it does give me that this person could have necessarily been a little bit emotionally just not there, just not emotionally mature, you know. And I feel like, yeah, there was no, I feel like you did kind of fall for this person a little bit too, you know, a little bit quickly too, which isn't always a bad thing, you know, but, you know, you really, in terms of, you know, especially nowadays, you do really need to take your time, but you're ultimately learning that attraction, you know, mutual attraction, you're worthy of it. You know, you're somebody who stands in this Knight of Cups energy where you attract good things into your life. You know, I am getting that you I really do feel like you're the type of person that knows that you're made for more. You know, I do feel like you're very intuitive. You're very much a person who knows their value. You know, they know their worth. And I really am getting the fact that you knew that this kind of situation and connection had to end, and it was painful for you. But ultimately, it's only leading you towards a relationship that is worth it. You know, you don't want to jump into a relationship with somebody who isn't always honest with how they feel, right? You want somebody, you don't want there to be any games. And I do feel like this person was kind of playing some games with you. Like they not, and I'm not getting that it was conscious, you know. I don't feel like this person was intentionally being malicious to you, but I do think that there is some sort of emotional immaturity that comes from them, where they you know, tell you certain things, but then they don't necessarily, but then they're a little bit, you know, guarded when it comes to the actual truth. But yeah, I do think that you are ultimately on the path of a better journey for yourself. You know, you ultimately understand that you deserve a love that is going to be clear. You deserve a love that's going to be 100% mutual, right? Cups energy is all about emotion. It's all about relationships. It's all about romance, you know, attraction. And with the Knight of Cups, or yeah, did I say King of Cups? The Knight of Cups, it's all about being open and vulnerable with how you feel, you know, and attracting a love that is authentic, and it's not fake, and it's not built off of superficiality. And so I really hope that this reading, you guys enjoyed this reading. This was really fun for me to make, and let me know if you guys want me to do more of these readings, because I'm having a blast, you know. And so I really hope that did resonate. Like I said before, I'm still a beginner, so let me know how I did. The first few readings that I'm going to do are just going to be feedback based, so let me know how I did. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. So thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. Peace, love, and happiness.